this is the Met Gala. And does anybody really know what the Met Gala is?
Right.
Here's what the internet tells me the Met Gala is.
I could tell you what it is.
Annual fundraising festival held for the benefit of the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute in Manhattan. And apparently it cost $75 large to get a ticket. $75,000. So you definitely can't hide money, and you have to deposit $75,000 of it to this fundraising arm of the Met, so you can go do the thing on the steps and the stairs.
Yeah,
and get photographed.
Right. It's New York high society. It's the most famous people in our world. That's basically who Anna Wintour, right, invites to this. The most relevant people. And it is cool. Hey, I mean, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, it is a great museum. I didn't know it went into the costume area or whatever else there, but either way, it is an event, especially up here in the New York City area. You know it's coming. It is special. You know when you've been invited to this, you've made it. That's what I would say. When you've been invited to this, it's like, whoa, I've hit a different level or a different stratosphere of superstar. And I think that's what's kind of cool is the last few years, the NFL players and their stake in that and how many of them are there, it's way more. And I think that just speaks again to the popularity. Of course, we know in our country, but it's crossing over the ocean and it's going overseas and it's becoming more worldwide to where, you're seeing Joe Burrow and Stephon Diggs and Justin Jefferson and Saquon and Jalen Hurts be household names in England or anywhere else right now because of football and how popular it is.
What I want to know.
Yeah.
Is Anna Wintour a football fan, or does she have someone who kind of whispers to her?
I think so.
Which football players should be on the list?
I think so. The only thing I know of Anna Wintour, is that she loves tennis, right? I always see her there, U.S. Open, Wimbledon. She's there every year. She used to love Roger Federer. I doubt she knows everybody in football, but she's obviously got somebody helping her out. And I didn't know $75,000. So you get invited, but you still got to punk down $75,000 to go to have the dinner there. But yeah, look at that.
Per seat.
Right.
$75,000 per seat.
Yeah. So
now, I wonder, all we ever see.
Ballers
I'm
right
glad that photo's up there.
Yeah.
Because all we ever see are the photos of the arrivals. I've been curious, relatively speaking, because I really don't give a shit. But I'm curious what happens when you go inside.
Right.
It's hard enough to navigate at some sort of a cocktail event if you're in normal, comfortable clothing, because you're trying to, you got a drink and you got the little meatballs on a plate.
Right.
And you're trying to talk. I just, is there a dinner? Is there a show? I don't know anything about what happens when you go inside. You probably just prance around. Everybody prances around and looks at each other like a room full of peacocks.
Well, I think there's a little of that. I do. I think it's, I do think there's dinner, as I understand it. I've heard people talk about it through the years, and certain people that I've come across. It is dinner. There is music there, right? Of course, there's bars everywhere to be found, but it is a little bit more of it seems like, like you said, stuffy cocktail hour. The real parties, I think, happen after. That's when it gets serious. That's when it gets fun. So that's like a little pre-gala, hey, look, I'm rich, I'm famous, I'm the man. And then Monday, after that party there, that's when, they go to some of the cool clubs and they hit some of the spots in the West Village, and then you start to go to places and you go, oh, man, now they're having fun and having a night. But I think that's just a little pre-party action there at the Met Gala.
It's been going on since 1948, the first Monday.
Pretty cool.
In May. Tom Brady used to be a fixture.
Right.
And I assume he's got an open invitation to go. I don't want to be mean-spirited here, but I kind of feel, I don't want to be, but I can't help it. I've had this conversation with my wife from time to time lately. Yes, I can be an asshole, but I just can't help it.
Right.
You can choose to not be that way. No, I can't. You don't know that I can or can't choose to be like this. I am who I am. I can't help who I am, and every once in a while, I'm going to be an asshole, and I can't help it. It's like having a congenital limp. I can't help it. It's who I am. Anyway, at what point does Russell Wilson not get invited anymore? I mean,
You're funny. You're funny.
Which doesn't belong on what? Is that wrong to say?
No, Mike. This is, you know me. I've been saying this from the start. This is my pet peeve at this whole thing. Now, he does have Ciara, but I am a little worried, and you've heard me say this from day one when he signed the contract. I'm a little worried that, hey, we made this move. Yeah, we got $10 million and I'm a starter, but I'm going to be in New York, and I'm going to show my face everywhere, and I'm going to be at every big event and do that. And so far, it feels like it started that way. But I don't know. Maybe because of Ciara, he has an open invitation. I don't really know. But, yeah, I hear you there. I questioned that as well. When I saw that last night.
Okay, well, good. I'm not the only asshole.
No, you're not. I was literally like, because like you said, I think Tom Brady probably gets an invitation every year, whatever. He's like, I've been there, I've done that, I've done it a bunch, right? I'm not trying to do it right now. I don't know how it works with some of these people. Do you get invited and then not become as popular and you get off the list for a while, or do you stay on it? I don't know, but I do worry about that with Russell Wilson here in New York.
Does Aaron Rodgers get invited, and is he mad if he's not invited, but he still doesn't want to go? See, Aaron Rodgers strikes me as a guy who would, am I wrong? Expects an invitation to it, but wants to say no. But I still want to be invited. I'm upset you didn't invite me, but I still can't make it.
Yeah, well, maybe
that's Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe I hear that. I'd want to be invited too. Either way, if I was Aaron Rodgers or Brady, I'd still want to be like, even though if you know you're not going to go, you'd still like to be like, well, okay, I'm still one of the most famous people in the world. They did invite me. That's good to know. At least you could like check the box there to say I'm still relevant. But it is cool with all the NFL players. And then the money, I think the NFL players has just gone to a different stratosphere too, to where, yeah, $75,000 for a night, whatever. It's a blink of an eye. I got one little diamond on my watch that's worth $75,000. Who the hell cares about one dinner plate that costs that? So
I think write-off too.
Who knows? Right. So either way, it is a cool event. I did sit down and watch it for a little while because – also, if you were watching on the E! channel, which I know you weren't, Maria was on there. And Maria Taylor was, they do like, they're in a separate studio, but they kind of talk about the people as they walk the red carpet and do all that. So I tried to tune in and check her out and see what she was talking about too.
Red carpet, cocktail hour, formal dinner, and exhibition tour. And Maria's been popping up on other stuff. Yeah, she's going to outgrow us.
Oh, I've been saying that forever. I've been telling her.
It's almost to the point where, why hasn't it happened? Like, it's maybe she likes us and she's hanging around.
I'm not trying to like I've always been like, she's going to be like, the Today Show. I always felt like she was Today Show material, right? She's too big time for us. And I'm not trying to get anybody fired or have their job taken by Maria over at the Today Show, but that's just what it does feel like. I've said that to her. And then I've said, I've made jokes, or she'll be like, I can't get up that early. And I go, well, do you know what they pay those Today Show hosts?
Yeah.
I think you could get your ass up for those ones. And she heard that. And she was like, yep, you're right. I can.
So anyway, that's the Met Gala. And the best news about it is it's over for this year and we don't have to deal with it until next year. It does seem a little over the top to me.
Well, of course.
Now, this is guy in West Virginia who grabbed free Tom Brady No Bull Scouting Combine hoodie that happened to be close to the chair where the pile of clothes straight from the laundry had been dumped on Sunday. So and part of it too is when you're pushing 60, somebody recently made the comment of pushing 60 and it hit me. You know what? You're not really pushing 60. 60 is pushing you.
Yeah,
and that's kind of how I feel right now.
It's pulling you.
It seems very vapid and narcissistic, but it's part of the culture. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.